In the near future, overpopulation and pollution have become serious problems, causing resources to become scarce. Instead of solving these issues, Norwegian scientist Jürgen develops a special procedure that can shrink living beings known as cellular reduction. First he tests it on a rat, who is injected with a special agent and then put in an oven-like machine. After 2 hours there, the rat has become minuscule. 5 years later in Turkey, a professor shows a box during a conference. When he opens it, everyone is shocked to see a tiny Jürgen inside. He explains that during the last few years, he, his wife, and other 36 volunteers were shrunk down as part of the experiment. The process was painless and everyone recovered after just an hour or two. A team of scientists built a tiny village that was placed inside a gas-permeable enclosure that would protect the shrunken people from the weather and animals. In over 4 years, all the waste produced by the 38 people is just an average trash bag in the normal world. The volunteers are brought to the stage and a couple reveals they've had 2 tiny children without any complications. The news soon spread around the world and Paul thinks it's an amazing achievement. However, his mother disagrees and wonders why scientists can't cure her back pain instead of trying to reach Mars. 10 years later, the shrinkage procedure has become quite common and thousands of people are enjoying their new tiny life. This has caused the government to lose a lot of money in consumer spending, and industries like construction and automobiles are going through a crisis. Since shrunken people need so little space, their average savings are enough to buy tiny houses, which means they don't spend as much money and don't ask for loans. There's also been quite a political impact. For example, African dictators have been shrinking rival ethnic groups. Meanwhile, Paul is working as an occupational therapist. He's also married to Audrey, who gets to enjoy his massages at home. The couple has been trying to buy a house for a while now, but their salaries aren't enough. One day during a high school reunion, everyone is surprised to see a couple arrive in a box. Everyone asks them millions of questions, curious about what shrunken life is like. Paul is old friends with the guy and gets more information in private. This man didn't get shrunken to save the planet, he's done it to save himself. He explains he and his wife needed a reset button for their boring routine lives, not to mention all the benefits. The shrunken community has the best houses, the best equipment, and the best doctors. Their expenses are reduced and they don't have to work as hard. In fact, they spend most of their day enjoying themselves because their savings are enough to retire. After the party, Paul and Audrey go home and find a voicemail telling them their mortgage application has been declined. Feeling desperate, the next day they attend an event that promotes the shrunken life. They watch a tiny host show them his huge home and his wife's fancy jewelry, but it all cost only a few bucks. Inside just one regular building there's also an entire city of tiny houses. A salesperson tells them about the packages they offer, which are quite expensive because of the procedure. Since the couple has lots of debt and not much of a future, they agree to join the project. For the next few days Paul and Audrey spend their time doing arrangements for their new life. They sell all their possessions and Paul teaches a new employee how to do his job at the factory. The workers say goodbye to him with a farewell party. On the last night, they have a party with family and friends. Audrey's dad attends but her mother doesn't because she disapproves of what they're doing. The barman overhears them talking and goes on a rant, pointing out how shrunken people should